Welcome back, everybody. This is Retro Challenge Gamer, and we're going to continue on to level 2 of Descent 1 to the Lunar Skylab level. Pretty much most of these level designs, especially in the first 2 or 3 levels, which are supposed to represent moon bases, the level design is actually kind of tame, but this is actually your very first huge, I guess you could say, dogfight arena filled with nothing but Class 1 drones. So, I remember when I first played this game and I was still getting used to the controls, that this room sucked. I kept dying and dying because I couldn't figure out how to dodge effectively enough. All these Class 1 drones just shooting at me. And this was on Trainee, mind you, so going to Hotshot 2 skill levels later and doing that good, that's actually a huge step up for me. But as a whole, I'm doing Hotshot for this challenge playthrough because, well, unlike Quake 2, where I'm actually pretty good at that game, I'm not so hot. Where is it? There. Okay, here's the secret door. I'm not so hot on this game. I can get through more or less decently on Hotshot, but anything higher like Ace or Insane, it's just not worth it. The frustration factor is too much. Now, if there's another person who'd like to try this challenge on a higher skill level, by all means, go right ahead. I'd actually be I'd actually be interested to see it. More Vulcan ammo. Alright, so I have to say, overall, that was actually a very good secret. Come on. Okay. So this level is a little confusing. The majority of it actually is not needed. I think I said this in the previous video, but most of these levels are more or less like mazes, and over half of most of these levels you don't really need to go to. Like this room. This is completely pointless. Although you do get your first set of proximity bombs. Let's talk about that. Proximity bombs. They seem to be more like a multiplayer asset weapon than anything else, because in single player there isn't too many uses for them. I mean, there's not something that no robots actively pursue you as well as, say, I don't know, the Thief in Descent 2. I mean, you can block off doorways or one-way entrances, and the Thief will usually run into proximity bombs if you place them well, but in Descent 1, without that guy, there isn't too many uses you can have for proximity bombs. I guess one use I have found for them is if you know where the trigger is for a robot Matson, or a place which creates robots out of thin air, pretty much. If you drop a couple bombs in there as a precautionary measure and then trigger the trap, the proximity bombs will usually take care of the first 2 or 3 robots for you without any more effort on your part. Beyond that, I really haven't found any other use for those bombs, and it's kind of unfortunate because they give them out to you pretty freely throughout this game. And so you're just like, I have so many bombs and not enough places to actually use it. Kind of sad. Makes me so sad inside. Anyway, moving on. I'm still in debate if I really need to show every single part of every level to you, or if you just get the gist. I'm not sure. It depends on how well I'm doing in this challenge. If I'm really hurting in a level and there's some optional side areas that are just full of like Super Hulks or other unsavory robots, I may just skip it altogether, like entirely. I'll be just like, forget it. So it just depends on how it's going to go in the future, but I don't think I'm going to be showing every single part of every level. I think that would just be overkill. Anyway, part of my challenge, or rather a sub-objective, so if I fail it, I haven't really failed my challenge, it's just kind of just a secondary, hey, it'd be nice if I could do this. I'm actually going to save all hostages and make sure every single one of them survives. Now, obviously, if you have hostages on your ship and you die, well, sucks to be the hostages because they're all gone and you don't get your bonus. So we're going to try and avoid that, and this is why I want to clear out the reactor room first and then take the extra time, yes, even in video, to head back and go grab those hostages, and they're over there. Okay, there we go. There's the pathway to the hostages. So in the early levels, they're all kind of grouped together in one single hostage cell, and that makes it kind of easy. But some of the later levels, they sometimes have 2 cells split apart across vast distances in the level. Yep, and there's the whole level. Not too bad of a maze, though. And then there's even, I think, one level which has like 3 or 4 cells just spread throughout the level. It's just crazy nuts. So you'd have to like clear out the level and then go back to each of those locations and grab up your hostages, especially if you want the full bonus. And trust me, you want those bonuses, especially if you want extra lives. And extra lives, yeah, I don't know if this is going to do any good, but I'm going to drop some bombs. But extra lives is what you're going to rely on heavily for the last 3 levels. If my memory serves me right, level 26 and 27. Pretty bad. Alright, I might as well just get rid of you while I'm here. Alright, let's bust this joint. Let's get out of here. Sure enough, here is your very first exit trap. There will be more to come. Alright, enjoy our cathartic experience of getting the heck out of here. And it just so happens to conveniently explode right behind your ship the entire way. Ooh, I like the nice camera angle swirl there. Alright, and we have just completed the 2nd level. So far, this challenge hasn't been bad, but haven't really introduced anything new yet. Not until level 8. So until the next level, see you later.